So WEISSLABS is actually the brainchild of Guthrie Ginsler and Ernest Travas. I don't know how to say his last name. Sorry, Ernest.
So I was originally the co-chair of Pinvention. This is back during my junior year, so that's about 2 years ago now. And I saw a big problem in some of the applicants that we had. A lot of the applicants either had a technology, but they didn't really know what to do with it. And they were submitting things, but they didn't even make it past the first round because they never really got to leverage the resources the Weiss Tech has. And a lot of the people that ended up winning the competition didn't continue with their idea because they just saw it as a competition, and that's it. So I noticed this problem and decided to create something new that was targeted at cultivating entrepreneurship, which is the goal of the Weiss Tech House in the first place.
He and Ernest just went around recruiting people, finding people, and pulled together a really great team of people.
That's where WEISSLABS was born. It was out of this idea that people might have the technology, but they might not know how to create a company out of it. Or people have been able to create a company, but they kind of get stuck and they don't know where to go after that. We noticed when looking around the university that there is a lot of money there. If a company wants to get money, if an entrepreneur is interested in getting money, there are a ton of resources. But there weren't a lot of resources that teach you how to continue to get money. We decided instead of giving a man a fish, we would teach a man how to fish. We decided to create this entity that would take people who have the technology, have the fundamental idea, and teach them how to pitch by bringing in entrepreneurs. Give them a space that they could work in, come in and take a phone call if they need to do that at any time during the day. The room that we're sitting in right now is actually WEISSLABS. This was just a closet when we first decided to start this thing. And now we've turned it into a full entrepreneurial space for startups.
It's just nice to be in a space that is tech-centric and has the energy of a place, people that are really excited about building the future with technology.
Give them access to entrepreneurs who could give them advice on how to run their businesses.
I think per minute you're always just going to learn more from people that are that have done it before and have been there. And that's just a very intangible but incredibly valuable part of the program.
And also create a sense of community.
WEISSLABS was really keen on making it a weekly thing and just kind of checking in on you, and I think the benefit of that is that it really checks to make sure you're working and you're not just slacking off, because sometimes when you're the founder of a small business and you're the only person to motivate yourself, it can cause some lulls in productivity.
It's really hard to commit to doing something full-time for reals when there's no boss to check in on you, no place to really report to every day. So having a fixed location that you really make your space and other people holding you accountable is exactly what every young company needs.
When you're an entrepreneur, you don't want to innovate in a hole. So what we tried to do was help you dig out of that hole by constantly talking to people who are going through the same struggles as yourself and figure out what you should be working on.
If I stand up one week and I say I'm going to do something, I don't want to return the next week and not have done it.
A lot of a carrot and stick. So someone to harass you if you didn't show up, but also a really comfortable work environment for when you did.
Where WEISSLABS is positioned is to take you from, all right, yes, you've got a good idea, you've kind of tested your assumptions in the market, you've talked about it a lot, and you've started to build things, and now let's actually make it real. Let's get it out there.
The best thing about WEISSLABS is it's a community of people with like-minded interests and who kind of really get what you're going through. So that was the best part about it.
And this is all leading up to Demo Day, which is a public event where the entire community is invited, the Penn community, and we have a panel of judges who do a similar thing. They're also giving feedback.
It was really helpful. It was the first time I was able to stand up in front of the crowd and give my pitch from start to finish, and I got really positive feedback, so it was really helpful for me, and it really motivated me to keep going.
So our mission statement is to catalyze innovation throughout the Penn entrepreneurial community. I think honestly WEISSLABS is the place to do it because we do real work. We give the people who are new real work to do, and it's just great practical skills. It gives you experiences to talk about on your resume, but also gives you experiences of interacting with people who are passionate about tech and entrepreneurship in the way that you are, in the way that other committees don't.